There's what I like to see. Somebody getting the pre-work done so I can come in and do the work.
Hey, I'm about ready for some new gloves here.
Oh, definitely. You should have got those while you were at the hardware store.
I didn't think about it. These will work for today.
Alrighty.
What's up, chickens? You guys interested in whatever we're doing, huh? You know I'm the big rooster.
Hi everyone, I'm Lorella. I'm not a farm girl on my homestead adventure. Welcome to today's episode of the Market Garden series. We're in the greenhouse and we're really excited to get some seeds started, and we were talking about the best way to do that because right now it's reading right at about over 80 degrees actually. It's getting warmer by the minute, Chris.
Taking it off, boss?
Yeah, take it off.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Lord, oh, Lord. It's hot up there. Wiping it down, boss?
Yeah, wipe it down, I guess.
All right.
You gotta ask before you do that?
You need to watch Cool Hand Luke. Hitting 90.
Yeah, close to 90 right there on that side. But according to our indoor-outdoor thermometer, the temperature last night got down to 19, which is still well below freezing. So we need something that'll keep these seedlings warm overnight. Now, we could start seeds in the house with heat mats and grow lights, but that's another expense that we really didn't want to do right now. And so somebody mentioned maybe you could heat the greenhouse with chickens, and that's a really cool idea, but we couldn't quite figure out practically how to do that without them getting in the seedlings and without having to cover them and all that. So I was watching Dirt Patch Heaven, and Julianne was using hotbeds in the backyard of her rental, and I thought that would be a great solution for us. So a hotbed is basically an enclosed compost pile. As the matter inside of it is composting, it releases heat, comes right up, warms your seed trays, and your seedlings stay nice and cozy overnight in the greenhouse. That's what we're going to do. Let's get to it. I was thinking if we put our seed trays in, if we make it deep enough to put the seed trays in it this way, we wouldn't have to go the whole length, and then we'd have less shoveling to do later when we go to fill it up.
And we need to stay away from the edges. That way, this wire that we're going to be working with doesn't puncture our plastic.
Through the plastic, okay. So maybe we just need to go halfway instead of the full length, I think.
Okay, so just four posts like there to here?
Yep. And then I would just bring this out a little bit longer so we could get seed trays on it side by side.
Okay. So right now you're looking at only being able to do 1, 2, 3, about 5 seed trays worth.
Well, I don't know how many seeds we're going to be starting all at one time. And I hate to shovel that much.
We're new at this, so.
I don't want to shovel that much manure if we can only shovel that much manure. You know.
I don't want to shovel manure twice. I was just throwing my thoughts out there. Okay. I'm okay with doing a short one. I mean, basically any kind of heat it creates is probably keep this whole thing warm the way I'm feeling right now.
Well, I just don't know about overnight.
Well, we were talking about a heat sink as well. But
you know what we could...
With the water barrel.
Yes, and something else we could do maybe is some kind of shelving so that we could go too deep, too high or something above the bed if we wanted to.
That's an idea.
If we need to.
Alright, well let's start with just this one small section.
Okay.
And then, do you want it on this back side or on the front side? I'd say probably the back side.
Yeah, and then we have room to do other stuff. If we ever did need to build something out, we don't want to have to walk around.
Right, and when you water the compost,
yeah,
you want it to run out and not have a stream flowing through the middle of your greenhouse.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so let's figure out how much farther this needs to come out. When you're working with wire fencing and you have this raw edge here, there's a couple things you need to be aware of. One is that it's pokey and you don't want to scratch yourself when you're working with it. The other is that this cross wires are just wound around it. They're not really tied to it. So if we don't do anything, there's potential that the crosswire could slide right off the end of that. So to prevent any of those things from happening, I'm just going to take these pliers, are these, and twist it back like that a little bit. Gives it a soft edge and keeps the other crosswire from sliding off of it.
Trying to wedge it kind of.
Yeah, that's actually smart, Liz. That might be easier.
Well,
can you stick that through your end or no?
no, because you took all of my end.
Okay, well, look, flip the long ones out down there and push them behind the fence. See if that will work. Watch your fingers. All right, that'll stay.
I guess the weight of the compost or whatever will push it back out eventually. So
Yeah, and it's fine if it doesn't. It just needs a place to keep contained. That's all.
and you just need a small piece right here for this corner.
All right, we're out here in the horse corral.
Run
in, whatever this is. And we've been scooping the manure, getting stuff ready for the hotbed. There's plenty of it back there yet to go, but Lorella shoveled all this into the truck herself. I shoveled some out from the back to where she's digging from now to
Yep, it loosened it up a lot.
break it up.
Yep, thank you. Looks like it would just be so easy to scoop, but it's not.
It's all compacted. You get those 1,000-pound beasts walking on it.
Yep.
700, whatever a horse weighs, a lot.
Yeah. We need a 5-time pitchfork. Let me try a pitchfork on this. Like they use for, what do they call that stuff? Mulch? The tines are a little bit closer together and you can pitch mulch with it. There we go. That's better.
That's doing a pretty decent job.
Yeah.
So, we talked about my broken gloves earlier. Well, one of the advantages is my finger can come out to operate the phone. Beep, 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 beep.
Do you think we should pull out over there where the calf manure is and get some of that too?
Yeah, let's get some of that. It'd be a good mix, and I think it's a little bit wetter from the rain we've had recently.
Yeah, it will compact down once you fill that up and you start charging it.
Yeah.
So we probably need like twice the amount we think we need.
So we're using the two-step process. The first step, we're shoveling it in from the truck, making a pile in here. And then from there, we shovel it into the hotbed box. So, as you can see, we're just about halfway done with the pickup. And the box is a little, I'd say maybe a little less than halfway full, but getting there. So, and you can see here we're alternating the manure hay mixture and throwing in a layer of cardboard every so often.
Is it ready for cardboard? You can put one on now.
Getting close.
All right. So I am, now that we've got the bin mostly full, I am kind of soaking it with water. This charges it, gets the process going. And we have straw hay, it was hay, that we mowed from our own pasture, and then we fed to our animals, and then it got mixed in with the bedding and stuff. So we know that it's non-chemically treated. We don't spray our fields with anything, and our animals are all fed a non-GMO diet, so we know that the poop is good. And so basically when this makes, or manure I guess is the farm term, when it all gets good and composted, we're going to have some nice organic compost to add to our garden. But for now, hopefully we can get this process of composting going and breaking down, and as it breaks down it'll release heat. We even tossed in a couple of turkey bones from a turkey we roasted the other night. We let the chickens clean all the meat off, then we tossed them in here, just the bones. We'll probably add food scraps as we have other organic material, eggshells for the minerals. I'm not going to be planting directly in this, so I'm not worried about the fact that there's raw manure in it, that it's not well composted. I'm going to be setting the trays on top of it just for the heat purposes.